Today's presentation explores whether Canada's net zero commitment is simply a cost or whether it represents a major economic opportunity. The evidence across investment, jobs, energy strategy, and global competitiveness shows that Canada's net zero pathway is already unlocking significant economic gains. This presentation will walk through how the transition is driving new industries, attracting global capital, and positioning Canada for long-term growth in an economy that is rapidly moving toward low-carbon production. Yes, it is true that Canada's net zero commitment unlocks major economic opportunities for the country. Canada's transition is accelerating growth in clean energy, attracting substantial private investment, and strengthening the global competitiveness of Canadian industries. Clean technology, battery manufacturing, grid modernization, hydrogen, critical minerals, and energy efficiency sectors are expanding quickly. These shifts are lowering long-term energy costs, creating skilled jobs across multiple regions, and giving Canadian exporters a strategic advantage in global markets that increasingly demand low-carbon products. Net zero is not an economic burden, it is one of the most important growth engines now shaping Canada's economic future. Canada is emerging as a strong destination for low-carbon investment because global capital is moving toward clean technologies at unprecedented speed. Investors prioritize markets with stable policy environments, clean grids, and clear long-term commitments, and Canada's net zero strategy meets all three criteria. Investment in clean energy, including wind, solar, storage, transmission, and electrified industrial processes, now consistently outpaces investment in fossil fuel projects. Canada's clean tech sector is also one of the fastest-growing contributors to GDP, and multiple battery, automotive, hydrogen, and critical mineral developments demonstrate investor confidence in the country's net zero direction. These commitments are strengthening manufacturing supply chains and creating long-horizon economic stability. Canada's clean energy industries are scaling at a pace that shows both domestic and international demand. Wind and solar installations continue to grow, supported by rapid expansion of battery storage and grid balancing technologies. The workforce in renewables, efficiency upgrades, and clean tech services is increasing faster than the overall labor market. Canadian companies are exporting advanced clean tech solutions, from hydrogen systems to carbon capture equipment and digital grid management tools, which strengthens Canada's global market position. As these industries mature, they deliver both economic resilience and long-term cost reductions for households and businesses. Canada's commitment to net zero strengthens its competitive position as global supply chains shift toward low-carbon products. Canada's grid is already among the cleanest in the world, meaning its manufactured goods come with lower embedded emissions. This advantage matters as countries implement carbon border adjustments that penalize high-emission imports. Canada's critical mineral capacity, including nickel, lithium, cobalt, and graphite, places the country at the heart of the electric vehicle battery supply chain. Combined with investment in processing, recycling, and advanced manufacturing, net zero provides the structural foundation to secure Canada's role in these emerging industries. The transition to net zero fuels innovation across every major sector of the economy. Companies modernize operations by electrifying equipment, improving energy efficiency, and deploying automation and digital systems that reduce waste and increase productivity. These changes lower long-term operating costs and help businesses remain competitive. Early adoption of net zero technologies also shields firms from future regulatory and trade risks, while positioning them to benefit from emerging markets that value sustainable production. Over time, these structural changes reduce energy cost volatility and make Canada's economy more resilient to global shocks. The economic benefits of net zero are being felt across the country. Western Canada is seeing growth in hydrogen production, carbon capture projects, and clean fuel innovation. Ontario and Quebec continue to attract major investments in electric vehicle manufacturing, battery systems, synthetic graphite, and grid modernization technologies. Atlantic Canada is expanding renewable energy megaprojects, including wind and green hydrogen export infrastructure. Northern and remote regions benefit from clean microgrids that reduce diesel dependence, improve reliability, and lower long-term energy costs. Each region leverages its strengths to participate in the expanding clean energy economy. Canada's net zero commitment is not a constraint, it is a catalyst for growth. It is attracting investment, building new industrial capacity, and transforming Canada into a competitive leader in clean manufacturing and energy innovation. The transition strengthens long-term economic resilience, reduces exposure to volatile fossil fuel markets, and positions Canada to benefit from global demand for low-carbon products. The evidence is clear: net zero is among the most significant wealth-building opportunities available to Canada in the coming decade, and the country is well placed to lead. This slide compiles the core sources that informed the analysis. The Canadian Renewable Energy Association provided detailed capacity and installation data for wind, solar, and storage growth. Clean Energy Canada contributed analysis of long-term economic opportunities tied to clean energy market expansion. Enerdata delivered comparative energy market data relevant to Canada's position in global transitions. Natural Resources Canada provided federal policy context and projections from its clean electricity strategy. Statistics Canada supplied economic account data measuring growth in environmental and clean technology sectors. The Canada Energy Regulator contributed regional energy profile data offering insight into provincial strengths. Wikipedia's coal phase-out entry provided background context on historical emission reduction trends. Viewers can pause here to view the full citations and follow links to the source material. For more fact-based content about Canadian politics, democratic health, economic trends, and rhetorical analysis, the Facts for Canadians platforms offer ongoing resources and educational material. These outlets aim to strengthen public understanding, improve media literacy, and support evidence-based democratic engagement.